Wepa! No song today. I think of one, so we're just going straight wepa. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Viva Los Bills. It's Friday. Sorry it wasn't yesterday. As always, your host, Will Cologne, aka Buffalo Will, joined by our co-host, cousin Vinny. What up, Vinny? Hey.
What's up? What's up, brother? Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year to you, too. Happy New Year to all the Bills fans out there, Buffalo Bills Mafia, Bills Nation, everybody out there watching. Welcome. How's it going? Do you drink a lot of coquito? Oh, hold on. I don't have beer today, so look at. I went with this because you guys keep
showing
it and keep showing. So this is a big one.
You switched it up. I'm sticking with the medalla, the official Puerto Rican drink, but and the coquito. That's another Puerto Rican drink there. But hey, celebratory drink. Salute. Here's to the Bills and another victory. A shellacking, a sweep of the New England Patriots, brother. Boy, it felt kind of weird. I don't know about you, but salute, brother.
It did feel a little weird, but it felt good. About damn time. And part of me was like, man, it felt kind of bad. But then I'm thinking, and then when they were talking about it, I was like, hey, the Pats pretty much spanked us like that plenty of times. And it wasn't like they gave up or took the foot off the brake.
They kept piling it on.
So I was like, whatever. The one cool thing I did like at the end of the game, you saw Belichick and Mcdermott hug, and you heard couldn't really hear him, but Belichick was talking to him for a while. Yeah. So at least there's some mutual respect there, And,
absolutely, because usually he'd just give you a quick handshake and go about his business, but you can see the admiration between both coaches, and that was the cool part to see. But kind of feeling bad about New England Patriots. Nah, it wasn't happening, man. I thought, the only thing I felt bad about was we didn't pull our starters a little bit early, and it kind of cost us. Because look at Cole Beasley, he's out for next week's game. But other than that, I want him to put 50 on him. To be honest with you.
We'll touch base a little bit on Cole, but if you notice the last few weeks, he's been hobbling around. He'd catch a ball, he'd be hobbling up and down. He wasn't the same. So, I guess this time it just hurt him a little more, and at least he doesn't have to play this weekend. He's scheduled not to play anyway. Real quick, we have a little clip of McDermott's speech after that. Let's play this.
Hard to win in the National Football League, man. Great job getting yourself ready, man. Not an easy week we just went through, right? COVID, all the distractions of the holidays, man. You guys handled like a mature and professional football team. Great job, man.
Hey, let's keep pushing this thing, man. It's only up from here. Hey, dogs on three. 1, 2, 3. Dog.
Boom. Got the dogs. They know they got to keep pushing it. And like we said, that was your score right there. 38-9. First time the Bills have shellacked them. And who knows how long. It was ridiculous. The guys went in there. I guess we'll talk about it. Talk a little bit of the notes here. By the way, John Brown was activated, but he didn't get to play. The COVID-19 he didn't have it. Close contact. So the guy got back to the active roster just to be sat down again, but it's cool. So, what did you think of the game? What was your thoughts?
There's not really much to talk about other than I just enjoyed every minute of it. I think, Cam Newton he's done over there. They got a lot of stuff going on over there in New England. We're talking about that we're playing New England, but I don't mean to talk about them, but they got a lot of stuff going on, especially, and it starts with Cam Newton. He's not showing the playoff caliber kind of guy he was like in 2015 when he was, putting up all sorts of numbers and everything. I thought he'd give us a better go, to be honest with you. And I think there was some crazy stat that, Josh Allen had 4 touchdowns in that game. And I think Cam Newton hasn't had 2 or 3 touchdowns in like 7 home games over there. So that just goes to show you the disparity between both quarterbacks. Josh played excellent. I love the way the whole team is gelling, the offensive line. I think he got hit one time out of 35 drops, drop back. So, that's the O-line is gelling. The defense is coming through. Special teams with that fake punt. I mean, all sorts. I could go on. I could go on the whole show about how much improved and how much the Buffalo Bills are gelling right now. I'm really excited because they're gelling in January. You know, that's the most important part. When's the last time, you know, besides a couple of years before that, that we could say, you know, the Buffalo Bills are playing in January. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm excited with the billboard they put up there. I'm excited about the shellacking they gave the New England Patriots. I mean, I was in awe, and I was kind of like, it was a weird feeling. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I didn't feel, it felt weird. You know, it felt weird that we were whipping the New England Patriots by such a large margin. I wasn't used to that.
No, yeah, I agree. It was cool to see. And I mean, let's see. That was a nice, I mean, like some of the things, just Jefferson, even though it was a Milano blitz and Addison was coming around, and Jefferson got that nice sack. That was big. The fake punt, like you said, you know, I wasn't thinking about it. I didn't even notice that nobody was on the outside guys.
On the edges, yeah.
On the edges when they did it. I was like, oh, man, that was quick. Like, it was a smart call. The one thing was Tywan Jones. He hasn't played in a while. And, you know, I had picked him to take Andre Roberts' spot this year.
Yeah.
Threw that ball to him wide open in the end zone.
Yeah.
He dropped it. Then Dawson Knox had another shot.
Another drop. Yeah.
It. I was like, come on, what's going on with these guys? You know, he did have that nice fourth down catch to help out, which was big. Cam, when he was running, though, man, he was running like a beast. You know, nobody was wrapping him up. So, you know, you can't do that against certain quarterbacks. Ends up hurting us. But good thing, you know, as a whole, the team stepped up. Lee Smith, because what did we say so many times? Usually he's in there just to block.
Block it. He catches passes now.
Yeah, wide open. He has what? Maybe like 3 touchdowns on the year, and I think he's been wide open each one of them. He looks like a lineman out there. He put on some weight.
Yeah. And he's disguising his scheme really good. He's going out to block and shedding the blockers, and when he goes that cross route in the back of the end zone, he's usually wide open. I mean, they don't expect a guy that big. And to be honest with you, when you watch the touchdown and you see it, he's actually really agile for a big man. I mean, he gets back there. So, you know, that's a nice weapon that we have there with Lee Smith. A lot of people like you and I thought, oh, Lee Smith's in there, he's just going to block. But, you know, he's proven that he could get open and catch the rock.
No, listen, he was skinnier and he can't catch. He's been doing more of the whole blocking. He's a better blocking tight end than the other guys, and that's why he's gotten so much more time. Real quick, a few notes. Yes, he said New England had that division for so long, but the era is over, and Buffalo now has a decent team. You're talking about decent. Come on now. Decent. My one boy I haven't heard from a long time, actually, Tanvir Toy. What's up, Tanvir? He's a Jet fan. He said the Jets will trade you the number 2 pick in the first round for Josh. No, we don't want that, Tanvir. We don't want that. What else? James Harris. First, that was something they brought up, which I didn't know. James Harris, I should have gotten a picture of him, was the first black quarterback drafted in the NFL, and that was actually by the Bills. That was something they dropped in there during the game, and I was like, wow, okay, that's cool to know. I never knew it, and kudos to the Buffalo Bills back then when they did that. One thing, what was it, Poyer, when he took that pop or when he hit Cam. Took a big hit on it. It almost looked like he has concussion. He was wobbly. I texted you right away.
Yeah.
Right now.
First thing he did was grab his helmet. I'm like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. And then when you can see it,
like,
yeah, it was a little wobbly. And then when they took him to the tent, I mean, he actually cussed. I don't know if you saw it I got on Sunday. So, you know, he was pissed. I was pissed. I was like, man, we can't afford to lose that Pro Bowl caliber safety, even though he got snubbed. To me, he still deserves to be in the Pro Bowl, but it is what it is. You know, hopefully he could show what these guys that didn't vote him in, you know, in the playoffs, because he's leading the tackles out of DBs. He's just I can't listen. We could talk about it like we did last show. It's over and done with. But being in a small market like Buffalo, they don't get the love. But now we're showing that we showing them. They're starting to show us love. Let me rephrase that. 4 primetime games, and we're 4-0 in primetime games.
Yeah.
Sunday, if we beat the Finns, That'll be 6-0 in the AFC East. Total sweep of the division. It'll be awesome. And they're starting to get notoriety. Colin Cowherd, Fred Kim-Martin over there, and Cold Front Report. These guys are excited. I'm excited, man. Since the 90s, I haven't had this feeling since I can remember. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's fun to hear the Bills are in the playoffs, but it'll be funner. You know, it's fun that we're here in January. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, everybody's pumped. You see it all over the media, well, you know, social media, all the Bills fans, all the group pages. Everybody's happy. Everybody's pumped about it. And it's about damn time. My buddy Andrew just said, "Let's go Bills," even though he's an Eagle
Yes, sir.
fan. Every time he sees it, he's like, "Let's go Bills. Let's go Bills." He's an Eagle fan. And, whoa, look at that. Look at Bobby throwing stuff up there. That's
nice.
Right. 2020 East Division champions for the first time. And what a game by Stephon Diggs. Also, guy went off. It was 3 touchdowns, you know. The one thing I did like when Poyer went out was D. Marlowe came in. He ended up picking up a sack right off the bat. Guy,
yep.
You know, everybody, that's the one good thing. They have these guys coached. Next man up, next man up, next man up. It's getting better and better and better, which is a huge thing. And I'm happy to see it. We'll hit up on some more Bills news in a little bit. But as always, we talk about some stuff going on in around the league also. So let's get some league news real quick. And I'm going to ask Dwayne Haskins. We talked about him. Guy got in trouble for being at a strip club, no mask during COVID. He ended up, they let him go. He got released. Then he got picked up. What up, Eddie? How's it going, buddy? Is that your boy right there? What up, brother? Eddie Siciliano? What up? So what's up, Eddie? Thanks for joining us.
What up, Eddie?
Yeah. Dwayne Haskins, what do you think, man? Number 1 pick a few years ago. You think he's going to be picked up? And if anything, where do you think he might get picked up?
Oh, man, I don't – that's a tough question, man. I mean, I didn't expect it, to be honest with you. I thought they would, you know, bench him for a little while or do something, not get rid of you. What was he, the 19th pick of first rounder, right?
I don't know.
15th or 19th?
Eddie,
anyway.
Eddie, sorry. Eddie's from the King K show. That's Eddie.
Okay.
Sorry. What up, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I'm saying,
like you said, something like that.
You know, I don't think they should have let him go. But you know, we're not in the organization. We don't know what's going on internally. It's probably best for the team if they let him go. You know what I mean? So, and Alex Smith is, you know, starting to come back off of that injury. We'll see how it goes, man. But I don't know, man. That was a tough one. When I heard about it, I was a little shocked, to be honest with you. I thought they just punish him, fine him, and, you know, make them learn. You know, there's some guys on our team that sent tweets out, you know, before preseason and everything. We talked about it, and they were young. They're young guys. They make mistakes. So I thought that the team would actually give them a break and give him some slack and keep him. But yeah, it was a shocker to me, man. Where he's going to wind up, I couldn't tell you. I
mean, for Coach Ron Rivera to get rid of somebody, you really had to mess up. You know, that guy gives everybody a shot. Real quick, German, our buddy, says, "Hey guys, what's up?" Kathy,
what up, man?
My girl's sister's like, "Where's my gear?" Sorry, Kathy, I haven't done laundry. I gotta go do laundry. That's why they have it on. And Jason, my uncle, my aunt's husband, says, "Happy New Year." What's up from
Happy
River?
New Year.
Cousin.
Happy New Year, man.
And now we caught up. Honestly, Dwayne, I could see him on a few teams. We'll talk about that, I guess, in the offseason if nobody picks him up. And hey, what about a Cam Ron Rivera reunion?
I don't know, man. I don't think this. I don't know. You think there's really enough in that tank left? I mean, look at the way he's throwing the ball. He's barely throwing it. I mean, he's running. Gotta give him, but I don't think. He's gonna have to have a great showing. It's gonna have to have a lot of incentives. You know what I mean, to be able to show what he could do. I mean, he had some incentives up there in New England, and I don't think he reached any of them. I mean, he got signed for $1 million. You know, so you figured he have a lot of incentives and try to do something, but I don't see him going anywhere. Maybe as a backup, yeah, but I think his day's a number, to be honest with you. I don't think he has gas in the tank anymore.
I think he'll make it somewhere. I don't know if he'll be a starter. He'll be on somebody's squad possibly. Moving on, Fitz Magic. He won't be playing against us. He got tested positive for COVID-19. Lucky for them, as of right now, he was the only one. Moving on to talking about Washington, like we were. Alex Smith worked out with the first string offense, so he should start there in a win and in. If they lose, that gives a chance to the Cowboys or the Giants, whoever wins, they get it. So, Washington really wants Alex Smith out there. And hopefully he could stick it out.
That's the best option to win. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think he's the better. I think Washington is the better of the teams, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. Real quick, we'll play these out. So hopefully Alex Smith plays, and that's it. Oh, this was out to, I guess, Eddie put this out for Bobby probably. Northern Dane. And Bobby, Eddie's going in, and the one thing he did put is this: Pan. That's right, Eddie. Feels all good. Real quick, another thing, Big Ben sitting for this week. The Steelers really haven't had a true bye week. Their games were pushed with all the COVID stuff. So they're sitting Big Ben and some of the starters. What do you think about this? Because, they want, if Cleveland wins, they're in. Now, you're a Pittsburgh Steeler. You're going to allow the Cleveland Browns to get into the playoffs? And the Browns, if they're healthy, that's a pretty tough team.
Yeah. It's a tough one. Big Ben, they look like a tired team. Look what happened the last 3 games they played. Ben looks tired. Is it okay to rest him? I can't really figure out why they would rest him, because they're literally playing for the second seed. You know what I'm saying? If they win and we lose to the Dolphins, they jump up that second seed. And if they go through the whole playoffs, they won't see Kansas City to the championship, AFC championship. So do you want to risk that and get the Browns out, get your second seed, or have Ben get hurt? Look at us with Miami.
Yeah.
Miami's in, they win, and we lose out, we go to the third seed, which will match us up with either Baltimore or the Colts. There's 5 teams in the AFC that can make, one of them ain't going to make it. And it's a matter of, I would love to have 2 home games at Buffalo. That would be great. So I think, going forward, Pittsburgh, man, it's a tough one to call, because if Cleveland's going to come to win. They had that heartbreaker game a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to come to win. Eddie says Big Ben's done. He is tired. You know what I mean? They got Mason Rudolph starting. We'll see how it happens. And then they got bad blood from what happened, last year. So does Mason Rudolph want to redeem himself? Do the Browns want a playoff spot? So it's a tough one to call, man.
Yeah, it's a tough outing for them. The Browns actually had 2 more players test positive for COVID, so they're going to be missing more players. It's tough. It's tough. So me as if Big Ben hurt, I would start him at least the first half. Hey, look at the game. I thought they were going to lose last week to Indy, and they came back and won that game. That was tough. And like you said, to let the Browns in, they're going to be a tough team. If Miami gets in, I think they're going to be a tough team. I don't like them as much with Tua starting than I do with Fitzpatrick starting. But hey, we don't have to worry about that this week because Fitz is off the list. Moving on, Rams versus Cardinals. That's another big game, winning in. Cardinals, Jared Goff had thumb surgery, so he's out. John Wolford gets to start. John Wolford, he's actually the cousin or nephew. I believe he is their nephew, I believe, of John Wolford, who was the Bills' offensive tackle from back in the 90s. Yeah, so he's got bloodline in there. Cooper Kupp, he's out. He tested positive for COVID. Cam Akers is still out. I think their backup Henderson is out. They were hoping Akers would come back, but he hasn't practiced. Kyler Murray's leg injury, had a lower leg injury. He's banged up, but he's been practicing, so he said he's good. Damn well he's going to get in there if he can.
Yeah, I think that injury was more of a pride injury when he injured that leg. I don't know if you saw that game when he fell. Yeah. We can talk. How long we want to talk about it? Go ahead. Enjoy that coquito.
Yeah. You think it was a little fake?
Yeah. It was.
Good. The Rams today. Leonard Floyd was taken to the hospital with abdominal pains. So that's another guy they might not have. They're getting banged all over the place with COVID and injuries at the worst time. That's one good thing with the Bills. So far, we've been good, And this week, yeah.
Don't say nothing.
And this week, you get to sit John Brown. You get to sit whoever's banged up if you really have to.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara. I don't know if you saw that. Tested positive for COVID-19 now.
Oh my gosh! No, I did not see that. Wow.
Luckily for the Saints, they don't need to win this week, really. Green Bay has that locked in, and they're already in the playoffs.
But how does that work? Don't you have to be 10 days off?
I don't know.
10 days?
Was it 10 days? I know you were supposed to be off
I thought.
Period, and unless you get 2 negative testings afterwards, then they could come back.
Then you can come back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Bucks. They put on Devin White and Shaq Barrett on the COVID-19 reserve. I guess they were close contact. And Steve McLendon was actually put on the COVID list. So I guess they were in close contact with him. They're on the reserves. And 3 more players out as of right now, which is good for them. They don't really have to worry. Let's see what else we got here. Real quick, I know we've talked about this. We got other stuff we're going to show. We won't dwell on this too long. But I was looking at the numbers for the MVP race. If you want to put Aaron Rodgers up there, and if you want to put Patrick Mahomes, and the dark horse is Josh Allen. Just wanted to put this. I'm looking at it. So Aaron Rodgers, I didn't look, but I saw something that said, I think defense ranking wise, our average was it like 14th, and his was like 20th.
Yep.
I didn't see it for Mahomes, but I saw that for Aaron Rodgers. So I was like, let me go look at these numbers. So completion wise, Aaron Rodgers has 70.3%. Patrick has 66.3%. And then Josh actually has 69.1%. So he's right behind Aaron Rodgers. He's passed Patrick for there. Now you're going for yards. Aaron Rodgers has 4,059 yards, right? Patrick has 4,740 yards. Josh has 4,320. So now he has more yards than Aaron Rodgers does, but he has 420 less than Patrick. All right, let's skip on. This is the biggest difference right now. Is Aaron Rodgers has 44 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes has 38. Josh has 34.
40. Does he have 34? I
34.
thought it was just like a 4.
No,
okay.
He has 34. Now, interceptions, Aaron has 5. Patrick has 6. Josh has 9. Okay, moving on. QB rating, this is a big difference too. Aaron Rodgers has 119.4. Patrick is 82.7. And Josh is right there with 81.6. Now, if you want to go look into rushing, Aaron Rodgers would say, hey, I don't need to rush because I'm throwing touchdowns. He has 37 rushes for 145 yards with 3 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes actually has 62 rushes, 308 yards, and only 2 touchdowns. Josh has 100 rushes, 418 yards with 8 touchdowns. And he actually has 1 reception for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I don't know
the only quarterback with a reception.
I don't know why people are looking at Josh Allen as such a dark horse. Their numbers aren't all crazy. All right. I mean, Aaron's completion rating is better. His QB rating is better. Yes. I mean, Patrick has most yards, and Josh is right there with him on that. So they're close. If you're looking at the touchdowns, you might say, okay, Allen's rushing for touchdowns. It's so close. I don't know why he's not talked about more. It just gets on my nerves. But
they're starting to talk about him. They have no choice. I mean, look, Stephon Diggs is the leader receiver, and you have to have somebody that throws Stephon Diggs the ball. So Josh is starting to get some love. I'm going on social media, and I see a couple of the Good Morning Football and Colin Cowherd. They're starting to show some love. They see the improvement. It's a 10% improvement from last year in terms of 58% accuracy. To this year, he's 68, almost 69%. That's really unheard of in the NFL. So he's starting to get shown some love. Don't think that he hasn't. I wish he could have, just like Beasley. Beasley was like 40 or 50 yards short of having a 1,000-yard season, but unfortunately he's injured. Josh is just breaking all sorts of records at Buffalo. Now, like we just talked about a little bit earlier, does he stay and keep on the record breaking? Do we take a good hefty lead and halftime and have Matt Barkley come in and the second stringers? I mean, I don't even care about the record. I don't care about the MVP. I'm pretty sure Josh doesn't care about that either, because post game he said, "Hey, these shirts, the AFC shirts and hats are all nice and dandy, but I want the Super Bowl shirts and hats." So I think they have a different mindset in Buffalo. I don't think he cares that much about the MVP. I think in the back of their mind, everybody thinks that if you're in a run for it. But showing the numbers, if you ask me who the MVP for the running is, I think those three are real tight. But to me, Josh gives me the edge because, like you said, he has more rushing touchdowns. He has the touchdown reception. And you got to look at the whole picture. Who's going to be the worst team off without their leading quarterback? Who's going to be out of those three teams, Kansas City, Green Bay, and Buffalo, who's worst off if that quarterback is not able to come in? What's your opinion?
Jeez, I'd have to look at the backups for everybody because honestly, if either three go down, those teams are in trouble, I think. Kansas City may be slightly better off because they have a better running game than we do right now. Green Bay's Johnson. But again, if Brian Dable always says, you know what, which I like, he adjusts his scheme for that week against whoever he's playing. So he says, if we don't have to run heavy, we don't run heavy. We'll pass, and then hopefully, like they've been doing the last few weeks, run the ball and kill the clock out, which they've done pretty well in the fourth quarter the last few weeks because they've had that lead. So I don't know. I'd have to look at it because that would be nasty if all three of those guys were gone. Matt Barkley had one good game for us against the Jets last year. Besides that, the times he's come in, it hasn't been really pretty. So that's something I don't want to see. So with that.
I would love for Josh to get the MVP, though. That would be great. He deserves it. He put in a lot of work. But, unfortunately, I don't think this last game is going to be the decisive factor for all the MVP candidates, and I don't think Josh is going to be their half. I think he's going to just do a couple series and call it quits. I think they're going to pull him.
I think it'll come down to them because Pittsburgh plays at 1:00 too, so maybe they're looking at that scoreboard and seeing if Pittsburgh loses, then it doesn't matter if we lose or not because we'll have the second seed. The second seed is just determining who you're playing against because there's only one bye and Kansas City has
but you get 2 home playoff games if anything too, so that's a lot.
You still have to win that first one, don't you?
But I'm just saying. I'm looking. Hey, I'm being optimistic. You get 2 home games, and you don't have to see the Chiefs until the AFC Championship game.
Talk about home games. Look at it. Bam! New York State has approved 6,700 fans to attend the Bills wild card playoff game. So it's about time. The snowy tundra. Well, I guess I steal the tundra there for a second. In Buffalo, we'll have fans cheering. Just imagine that. Those people are going to go cray-cray up there in Buffalo to be at that game. Wish I lived closer. So that was one thing.
Oh, man, them tickets, them guys that go by seniority, they're not, them, you know how many people waiting for 22, 3 decades to get up in there? They ain't giving that seat up.
Those things are going to be pricey. Here you go. You can say that one right there. Go get it.
Yes, sir. Stephon Diggs has been named AFC Player of this week. Diggs earns the honor for the first time as a Bill and notches his second career Player of the Week honor, Week 2 of 2016 versus Green Bay. This marks for the first time Bills wide receiver has been named Offensive Player of the Week since Andre Reed in 1994. Diggs paced the Bills offense by catching 9 passes for 145 yards and 3 touchdowns on Monday night, moving his season totals to a league-high 120 catches, 1,459 yards, in addition to 8 touchdowns. Diggs, who also tallied a 50-yard reception for the second consecutive game, becoming the first Bill since Terrell Owens in 2009 to do so. Congratulations to AFC Offensive Player of the Week. He's balling, man. He's balling.
quick league leader. The guy leads the league in receiving yards and receptions. He's tearing it up, man. And guess what? He hasn't been a headache case in Buffalo. He's happy. They're getting him the ball. He's balling. He's doing whatever he has to do, and he's helping the team, and everybody loves him. So we're not having an issue there with this guy.
I know we got a lot of flack on that trade with him, but it seems to be panning out pretty well, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, man, they're doing great. He's playing great. Him and Josh have great chemistry. When Smoke's out there, and Beasley, they all play. The whole team, they're all having fun. You saw them. I mean, they even announced it. They're like, damn, these guys are having fun out there when they're celebrating for touchdowns, first downs. They're like, the Bills are having fun, and they're playing good football. Another thing, this guy going cray here, man. Right now, Josh has set single season records, franchise records in total touchdowns with 43. Actually, I was wrong. He has 43 total, passing 34. Total yards, he passed Jim Kelly again with 4,750. His passing rating right now is 106.4. That's his season and franchise record. Completions 378. I believe he passed Bledsoe for yards, or was it Kelly for yards? His completion ratio percentage, which I found was a surprise to be it's 69.1. I would have thought Kelly had a higher one. And he has 8 300-yard games. This guy's just breaking all the Bills franchise records. One thing which was cool, they put out the ball. They signed it. Single season franchise record for TD passes was set by him. I guess he'll just continue to get balls there. And this was pretty cool. I mean, we're getting cut off by ourselves here, but Jim Kelly tweeted out there, congratulations, Josh Allen. Proud of you. Keep it going. So everybody's watching, all the Bills ex-players, the Bills Mafia and fans, nation, whatever. We're all watching this guy put it in. He's doing some good damn stuff. Josh is getting cray. Another thing, man. This man, boom. He has 37 wins, which ties Chuck Knox for third most wins in team history. So he hasn't even been here that long. He's already tied for third. If they get a win on Sunday, he moves into third by himself, takes over third on his own.
Man, I like that hoodie. I'm going to have to order me one of them hoodies, man. You see that hoodie he had on? That's sweet.
Yeah,
I like that hoodie.
It's pretty cool. This might be an older one. I think this was for last year. So we have to.
I still like it.
Might get it on sale right now.
Yeah. Clearance.
He did it. Like we said, a roster move. John Smoke was brought back last week. He was put on the COVID list, but he is actually back on the active roster. Let's see, where is this? Did I have this? Nope. This guy, Greg Jennings, was signed to our practice squad. So what made me think is like, hey, how injured is Cole Beasley? You know, he is out Sunday.
They even got I think Christian Wade. I don't know if you heard, he's coming back on the practice squad too.
Yep.
He's been
Josh Thomas and Christian Wade were on the close contact list. They're brought back to the practice squad. TJ Yeldon's actually cleared to return. I don't think he's been put on the active roster yet, but he's cleared to return. They released Markel Harrell, the rookie, Deion Lacey, and Lafayette Pitts to make room. They also signed in Gary Jennings from the Seahawks to our practice squad. And they also signed J.J. Nelson and Duke Thomas to our practice squad. That was all done, I believe, today. Like I said,
what do you think? What do you think of that release of Jay Kumaro? And they picked him up from the.
What, see, like, why? Why'd you release Kumaro when he was playing well with us? Just now to go out there and go look for Jennings and J.J. Nelson when Kumaro's been with us for a few weeks, knows our system. And what happened? You told me this. I didn't even know. He got picked up right away. He got picked up by the Saints. You know, they should have kept him, should have held on to him. I don't know why they let him go, but unless he asked for it or something, I don't know. I would have kept him. The guy's a beast. I would have kept him. Real quick, our Viking fan, Dave Brown, who always chimes in, said Happy New Year to your Bills Nation. Thanks, Dave. Happy New Year to you and your Vikings. That's another team I think they need to win to get in, I believe. I had a slate somewhere. I guess that I have it. I gotta look real quick. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I wanted them to keep Kumaro, but who the hell am I? You know, I think he would have done well. There should have been no reason for it. I can't find it. All right. By the way, it was Michael Hyde's birthday. I think it was 2 days ago. So a happy belated birthday to Michael Hyde.
Belated, happy birthday.
Yeah. So anyway, I just found it weird. I think they should have kept them, but they bring back these guys. And then also you saw Kenny Stills paid a visit to the Bills, but they didn't sign him. They believed they were going to sign him if he passed COVID protocol, but there has been no word of that yet. And then you sent me the thing that Tanner Gentry, ex-Wyoming teammate of Josh Allen, was visiting also, but I guess they're not signing him either. That would have been kind of cool. He's like a shorter white guy who plays the slot Beasley. So,
just like Beasley.
You know,
yep.
Yeah. And him and Allen used to put up work, so I'm surprised they didn't go with that. I know you were watching the game. Everybody was watching the game. I saw this clip, and I kind of liked it. So let's play this clip. Let's see. Bam.
So we'll see you in Buffalo in January. Be ready. It might be chilly.
Damn right it's going to be chilly. Steve Tasker putting that little thing out there. I thought it was pretty cool to see Steve Tasker putting up that, looking like a little godfather out there. I think he was named Godfather of the special teams, even though
he's the Godfather of the Mafia now.
So I thought that was pretty cool when they played that, and we got to see him get out there and do a little still like that.
So let me ask you a question. I thought Still. I know you were talking about Stills. I could have sworn they signed him. They got him on. So they said what, pending the COVID testing?
I think it was Pelisano had put. They believe they're going to sign Kenny Stills as long as he passes COVID protocol. But as of right now on the Bills Twitter page, and I haven't seen anything about Kenny Stills. So who the hell knows? But they did sign J.J. Nelson and Gary Jennings. Yep. So who knows if still things going to happen. Another thing, well, the other rookie was to return too. Who's the other wide receiver rookie? I can't remember his name now. Was it Virginia Tech?
You got me, man. I'm still thinking about Kenny Stills.
Yeah, crazy over there.
Because I wanted to say a comment, and you moved on so quick. But what I was talking about when they asked Mcdermott about Kenny Stills and Beasley, he said those two didn't have anything to do with each other. He said that Bean had his eyes set on Stills before anything with Beasley. So that's a totally separate thing. Has to do with Beasley. That's why I was just trying to put in. Then you put me on the spot on who the rookie receiver was. I don't know what you're talking about. The only three that I see that would be set up would be Brown, Diggs,
Isaiah Hodgins. That's who I was thinking about. Oh, he was set to return too, but I guess they're just keeping him on the bench.
I haven't heard anything
for the rest of the year. So he was eligible to come back.
Yeah, but the three that would, if in case Beasley would be hurt, it would be Gabriel Davis, John Brown, and Stephon Diggs, which is still a great lineup. So, would I love to have Beasley in there? Absolutely. But hopefully we get him for the playoffs, man. I think they're gonna rest him, and he'll be back.
Yeah. The only difference is Beasley pretty much runs whatever he wants. He finds a little spot. He has a niche. Pretty much, he goes and looks for a hole in the defense.
A soft spot.
Yep. And he always seems to find it. He's our biggest weapon on third down. He pretty much has most of the best third down catches. So hopefully it's not as bad. Hopefully he gets to rest that leg and the knee and then come back in our first playoff game. And I mean, Kenny Stills as an add-on would be pretty damn nasty.
Yeah. I just feel bad for Beasley because he was like 33 yards short of having a 1,000-yard season. So I was kind of rooting for him to get it, It is what it is. It's a business, but I think he'd prefer to be healthy for the playoff run than get those stupid 33 yards and get hurt again, So kudos to Beasley and kudos to the coaching staff. It's a tough decision. Do you want to get your 1,000 yards or do you want to go deep in the playoffs and make a Super Bowl run? I think he's doing the latter.
Yeah, and if it was as bad, because like I said, it's been weeks already. You've seen that his knee, he would hobble. He was hobbling for the last at least 3 weeks. So I guess Sunday was a little too much, and that was it. If that was the case, he shouldn't have even been out there. Should have been on the bench,
Yeah.
relaxing, chilling. We have enough players out there to get some stuff done.
Yeah.
All right, another guy who's out is Reggie Gillian. His knee is still banged up, so he's not going to play on Sunday. Being that we're going to try to keep it to an hour show, I guess let's start our picks, and then we can talk about the
All right,
last.
let me pull my picks up.
Get your picks ready. Oh, let me take a little sip of the coquito while you're filling it and getting your stuff ready.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Everybody's playing on Sunday, and away we go. The Ravens, 10-5, are going down to Cincinnati, who are 4-10. By the way, I think last week I went 8-6 or something like that. Not the best.
Yeah.
Ravens are giving up 15 points. They have to win to get in too, don't they? There's
They have to win.
I think 4 teams in the AFC that are 10-5 that are going to miss the playoffs, and yet somebody with 6 or maybe 7 wins in the NFC East will be in the playoffs, and I believe the NFC North as well. Somebody might win it with 9 wins or something like that. So it's ridiculous that at least 3 teams that are 10-5 will not make the playoffs.
Won't make it.
Won't
That's
make
crazy.
Yep.
That hurts.
It does, especially when you see a team that's has 6 wins and makes the playoffs and has a chance to host a game too.
Hosting, yeah. When they win the division, that's right.
That's right.
Damn.
Who
do you think will get in that last spot in the NFC East? You think it'll be Dallas, Philly, Washington? Who do you think is going to get in there?
I like Washington as long as Alex Smith starts. That's my thing.
That would be a great comeback story right there. Who's not eligible? Who's not going to be able to get in? I think the Giants, right, are the only team that won't be able to make it. I mean, they have to have
No, the Giants can go in. I think the Giants win, and loses. Washington loses. Giants get in.
There goes Bobby. He'll tell us.
Giants win, Redskins lose, we're in.
Yep.
The only team eliminated are the Eagles.
That's it.
We're not playing anybody on Sunday night. So,
yeah.
And real quick,
I
think it's there are 5 teams for 4 spots in the AFC.
Yeah. It's crazy. All 10-5, I believe, too. Right now.
Yeah. So a team like Cleveland, who everybody's going to be coasting along, or the Dolphins might get left out.
Yep. Dolphins win to get in. Pretty much.
Imagine the Browns not making
I think they could get some help.
Sorry, Bobby, you got cut out at the end.
No, I'm saying imagine the Browns not making it after being so close.
Uh-huh. Oh, we lost Vince.
All
right. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like we're saying, there he is. There's 10 teams. Not 10 teams. There's 5 teams at 10-5 that some of them aren't making it. They're not going to make it, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
Going back, Ravens. All right, giving up 13. That's a lot of points, but I'm going to take the Ravens simply because they need to win. So I'm going to take them. You know, John Harbaugh is going to have those guys cray going out there, man.
Oh yeah. I'm with you, man. I think I think Cincy covers though, but I think Ravens are going to win. I got them 28-21. Ravens is going to run all over the field on Cincy, so I think they're ready to get in the playoff with that victory. I got the Ravens.
I'll tell you this though, you know damn well Cincinnati wants to play spoilers.
Yeah, they're good at it too.
Guys out of the playoffs. That'd be huge if they did. If you're punching them. Moving down to the next game. Another game. Steelers 12-3. Heading down to Cleveland 10-5. You know, if I'm the Steelers, I'm a little weary going into this building with all these players getting sick. or being sick, you know? I wouldn't want to go there. So anyway, Browns right now are giving up 9 points to the Steelers.
I don't see how, man.
I'm actually going to take the Steelers to cover. I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah.
I think they'll cover. I think Mason Rudolph last time he was there threw, I think, 3 interceptions or 4 interceptions, and then he got whacked over the head by Garrett. So he might want to go in there and throw 4 touchdowns this time and knock them out of the
You never know. I think I agree with you, man. I think there's a lot of bad blood there from last year. Mason Rudolph probably has a chip on his shoulder. He has an opportunity to get in there and get the Cleveland Browns to lose and not make the playoffs, and potentially give the Pittsburgh Steelers a 2 seed if the Bills lose to Miami. So I think he's going to come out and play. Do I think they're gonna Cleveland gonna give them a game? They've been scoring high too, man. I've been torn with this game, to be honest with you, because of the way things have played out. Ben is not playing. Rudolph is playing. He has a lot to play for. This is a real tough one to call, but I think the Steelers are going to pull it off. I think it'll be like 21-15, 21-14. I think it's going to be a lot closer game than we expect it to be. So I got Pittsburgh.
Yeah, my thing also is how many of the players are the Browns going to get back? That's a big thing. Yeah, Jarvis Landry not playing last week hurt me in my fantasy league. I ended up getting second. I got smacked up. Landry not playing was pretty big. Moving on to the next game, that actually I think the Vikings need to win, right? Or the Vikings are out. Bobby actually could let us know. I thought they had a chance.
I don't know. They got blown out last week by the Saints, so I think they should just stay out the playoff just for that.
Anyway, Vikings are 6-9. They're giving up 7 to the 5-10 Lions. This game has no meaning, I believe. If I'm right or wrong, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe if Dave Brown is still watching, he could let me know if his team has a chance. Either way.
No, none of them do. They're both going home. Whoever wins, they're done.
They're both banged up. If I'm the Lions, I'm sitting anybody who's banged up. Vikings are just rough. And I think Dalvin Cook actually said to say, I believe his father passed away, right? And he ended up going home. So condolences to him. I'm going to take the Lions. That's it.
Oh, I didn't. Huh.
Not to win, but
I think
7. There's Bobby.
Lions are tore up, man, dude.
What was that?
Vikings are done.
Vikings are done. So there you go. It doesn't even matter. It matters less. I think it just be one of
the
these
Lions
things.
are done. They're both done.
Yeah. Lions have been done. I'll take the Lions.
The Lions are a mess, man. You taking the Lions in? I think the Vikings are gonna. I don't know, man. I got Vikings on this one. I got them probably 28-22. I see the Vikings want to finish strong. Detroit's just a mess down there, man. And I was rooting for them this year too. But yeah, they're a mess.
If the Lions want a GM, give me a call. I'll be plucking players off the practice squad. What? All right, moving on. Jets are 2-13, hosting the Pats, who are 6-9. Belichick wasn't sure who was going to start for the Pats. Pats are actually giving up 3 points. I'm going to take the Jets because I believe the Jets are locked into that second place no matter if they win or lose. If I'm Belichick, I'm putting out all these young kids to play the last game just to see who's going to be on this roster next year or not. That's what I would do. So I'll take the Jets.
I'm with you, man. I think the Jets, they won 2 in a row. I think they're going to try to get their little streak going. Stidham will probably start for the Pats and see what he does. Unless he comes out on fire, I don't see him winning. I got the Jets 24-21.
I'll tell you this. Next year, listen, the Pats are 6-9 right now. If they lose, let's say 6-10. If they win, 7-9. This is without Patrick Chung, their main guy. This is without
opt-outs. Yeah.
Hightower, right? Their middle linebacker. They're one of the best linebackers.
Yeah, those are the guys that all opted out. Yeah.
Yeah. Just imagine when they're going to get these guys back. If they had their whole squad. I think the players were thinking they weren't going to be as good because there was no Brady. So they're like, whatever, let's take the year off.
Yeah.
Don't count. This is going to be a nasty race next year in this AFC East.
Yeah.
Don't be nasty. German, what he said. He said, I predicted the Jets win out and get the 4th pick in the draft. 4th pick. By the way, also Fred Kilmartin said Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you too, Fred.
Happy New Year's, Fred.
Report, guys. I
Yeah,
thought they were locked in at 2nd already, German. Maybe you can answer that and let me know. Anyway, I'm picking the Jets. Cowboys 6-9, Giants are 5-10. I guess Giants have a better division ranking. If they beat the Cowboys, they're in with the Washington loss. Right now, the Cowboys are giving up 2 points. Think about this. The Cowboys have been playing pretty decent football the last 2 weeks. That's why I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the Cowboys. CD Lamb's been playing well, and the Red Rocket he's been all right.
He's been on fire, Al. They've been coming alive a little bit with Andy Dalton behind the helm. I think they're gonna keep rolling. I got the Cowboys 28, Giants 21. I think the Cowboys are gonna pull this off, and whoever wins will need Washington to lose to get in the playoffs. So there's a playoff game for both of them. But I think Andy Dalton and company are gonna pull it off.
All right, we're gonna pick up the pace a little here. We got 9 minutes to keep it to an hour. All right.
All right.
Falcons 4-11. Buccaneers at 10-5. Buccaneers got 3 guys. 3 guys on the COVID list now. Buccaneers are giving up 7. They're in the playoffs already, so it doesn't really matter much. I'm gonna take the Falcons because the Bucs. I don't know if they were really going to care about this game.
I don't know. I think what are they going to be, like the 5th seed if they win or lose either way? I think the Bucs are going to come and keep that momentum going. I think they're going to actually put it on the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons played them pretty close that last game they played, but I think the Bucs are going to come try to make a statement going into the playoffs, get that momentum going. I think the Bucs are going to win 31-24. Bucs.
All right. Fred Kilmer is watching. He's saying Bucs will win. Washington will win the division, so he's picking Washington. Cowboys will roll the Giants. Jones is still not 100%, and no guarantees that the New England players will come back. Very true on all fronts. So far, we're agreeing.
That's right. That's a man that knows his stuff.
Except for me, I said the Falcons are going to win. All right, Packers 4-5, playing the Bears 8-7. I believe the Bears, if they win, they get in. Packers might be sitting half their squad if they're smart. They're giving up 5.5. Even with 5.5, I think the Packers will win with their backup QB. Bears have been playing good. All right, so it is.
If the Bears win and the Cardinals lose, it's a whole bunch of scenarios there. I think they're going to keep Rodgers out there for the first half because he's still trying to get that MVP. I think he's going to try to tack up some numbers. But I still got I got the Packs winning, man. Packers winning about 28-17. Packers.
All right, quick update. Fred, again, paying attention to watching. Hey, Fred, let me ask you this. So it's definite. He says Kenny still is a Buffalo Bills. And
awesome. That's what I thought.
And he predicts the Bears will win and get in. Raiders 7-8. They've been knocked out of the playoffs. Broncos are 5-10. They've been out of the playoffs. Raiders are given 2.5. I think the Raiders will win. Real quick, what did you think about that play? Or the call that Gruden had the guy kneel instead of trying to punch it into the end zone? Me personally, I would have punched it into the end zone. I always say any time left on the clock is too much time on the clock. And then they got their catch and a pass interference and set them up, and that's what happened.
That was insane, man. That was I kind of, if you feel bad for a team, that's the time to feel bad for it. But I'm like you, man, just punch it in, get the points, and hopefully your defense will hold them. But then again, look what happened. You know, they got the pass interference call. They marched right down the field. So it's a tough call.
Raiders, Broncos, who?
I got the Broncos. They ain't got nothing to win. No, nothing. Both of them got nothing to play for. I think it'll be a close game, though. I think Broncos 28-25. Broncos. Right.
Fred agreed with us. Dumb coaching. Score the ball. Jaguars 1-14. They were locked in for the number 1 pick. Colts 10-5. Need to win. They got the Colts giving up 14 points. You know what? I think the Jacksonville Jaguars will cover. Go ahead.
You think so? Nah, I don't think no cover. I think Colts blow them out to make the playoffs. I got Colts big time, 31-20.
All right, and the Colts will be in. Chargers 6-9, giving up 3.5 to the Chiefs. Or actually, what? This must be wrong. Chiefs are 4-1. Chargers are 6-9. Unless they think Chiefs are going to sit everybody, I think that's why the Chargers are up 3.5. I think the Chiefs will still win, and Joey Bosa's not playing. Who you got?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs could probably sit everybody down. I got the Chiefs winning. Close margin, though, 28-24. I think they're still going to win.
Colts by Fred. Cardinals 8-7, giving up 3 to the Rams, who are 9-6. Both teams need to win to get in. Right now, the Rams are so banged up. I'm going to root for them just because of the Hail Murray. But I think the Cardinals will win.
I think the Cardinals are going to win too. I didn't like the way that last game ended, with Murray's injury. I thought it was more of a pride injury to me, but that's just me. But I think they're going to come back and win this game. So I got the Cardinals 24-17.
Fred says Chargers are going to win because they'll play for Lynn. Lynn's going to get fired. Seahawks 11-4, giving up 5 to the 6-9 49ers. I think the Seahawks want that second spot. They're going to win this game.
Seahawks are going to win big time. You want that second seed. I'm with you. Yep.
Saints 11-4, minus 6.5. Panthers are 5-10. I think the Panthers are going to want to upset the Saints. Saints will drop to 11-5 and get the third seed because the Seahawks will take the second. No Alvin Kamara either.
Yeah, I don't know. Panthers look good against Carolina. I don't know. It's going to be a good one. I think Saints are going to win, but it'll be a slim margin. I say 24-17.
All right. Titans 10-5. They need to win too, don't they? Or no, they won their division, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Texans 4-11. Titans are giving up 7.5. I think Titans want to win, so I'm going to pick the Titans.
I'm with you. Titans winning big time.
Seahawks Fred. Fred says Seahawks all day, and he agrees with you. Saints will win. Washington 6-9, giving up 2 points to the 4-10 Eagles. Eagles want to play spoiler and knock them out, but I think Alex Smith will get the win, and Washington will be in.
Yeah, man, I believe it. I think if Washington wins, they win the division, don't they? They're the division champs, so they're in. I'm really rooting for Alex. It's a great comeback story. I hope he's healthy enough to get, I know he is banged up. I hope he comes back and be the comeback story of the year. I think Washington going to pull it off and make that really, really interesting over there in the NFC. So I think Washington is actually going to go run away from the Eagles. I think it's going to be like 31-24 Washington.
All right, moving on. And here we go. We'll throw this up there real quick. Hey, I-95 Sports. Gee, thanks, guys. All right, here we go. Dolphins and Bills. Dolphins are 10-5. Bills are 12-3. Bills are giving up 3 points right now. I do believe.
I almost choked when I saw that comment by Bobby.
As we know, Paul Beasley's out. Reggie Gillian's out. At least, Bobby, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is why you got to be greedy.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 113 meetings, 4 postseason meetings. Bills only won 51 of the wins. Dolphins have 61, 1 tie. First time they met was on September 18, 1966. The Bills blew them out, 58-24. Last year, we know, was September 20th. The Bills 31, Dolphins 28. The Bills won 3 out of the 4 postseason games. Right now, we're giving up. We're scoring 29.7 points a game. That's 6. They're scoring 25.2, which is 15th. Points against, 23.3. We're 14th. We're getting better. Our defense is starting to step it up. Numbers are showing it. They're 25.2. They're 15th. No, I'm wrong. Oh, I messed up. They're 18.8. They're first. They got a tough defense. Can't sleep on that D. That's why they're winning games. Defense win games. Sacks, we have 37, which gives us 13th. They have 40. They're tied for 9th. Third yard percentage, we are still numero uno with 50.3. They have 39.9, 24th in the league. Not too bueno. Penalties, we're dropped again. We're at 99. We're ranked 28th. We're no longer 30s. They have 72. They're ranked 3rd. They're disciplined. Can't sleep on this team. I'm glad we're playing against Mariota. I think it gives us a better chance, even if I think we'll go into the half winning this game. And if
Mariota? Talking about Tua.
Mariota, Tua.
Tua, okay.
Yeah. So
Tua Taglione.
If we're up by the halftime, sit all the starters, the main guys. Sit Allen, sit Diggs, sit Smoke. Well, actually, Smoke needs to get some of that rust off. Make sure Edmonds is out, Milano's out. Make sure Poyer and Hyde are out. Play everybody else. Feliciano, if he's banged up, or Center Norris is banged up, sit some of these guys. Sit the main squad that you guys can't. You can't.
The core.
Lose. Yeah, you can't win. You can't afford to lose it.
Yeah.
I think we still should win this. Play upsetters. Knock Miami out. We don't want them. Their defense is a tough team, and if Fitzmagic comes back, they could be a tough team.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I don't think, my opinion, I wouldn't take them lightly. I wouldn't just sit my starters. I'll try to get my starters in. There's a lot at stake. We want that second seed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't want to have to play, Miami back to back. If you know what I'm saying, which could be a possibility. Back to back games. Do I want our starters to get hurt? No, but it's a tough one to call. I would love to get Fred's input in. I'm going to go watch their show, but I think it's going to be a closer game than we expect because of their defense. They had a really good defense. I think Josh will play a couple series and see how we fare against them. If we go ahead, they'll sit them out real quick. But I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be the Bills 24-21, and I'm hoping we sweep the AFC East. That's probably going to be the goal, and I hope we just get that second seed. I'm excited to get potentially 2 home playoff games. So we'll see how it goes. But I do have our Bills 24-21 with Matt Barkley at the helm. We'll see how it goes.
I told you there was a very good chance that we're going to sweep the East this year. Also, I'll catch up with Fred's stuff. Fred said, look for the Texans for upset. J.J. Watt wants to win. By the way, Fred, I think J.J. Watt will be a Bill next year. That's just me.
That'll be great.
He's saying Alex Smith might not play this week. I think he will. I think he'll strip whatever he has to and take 1,000 shots into that calf if he has to. He says Bill starters will play till the third quarter like they've been doing. Win by 10 points. So
sweet. I'm glad he chimed in because I was on the fence like, what the heck's gonna happen here? But Fred got a lot more input, and I respect his. I love listening to Fred Kim Martin, them guys at Co-Front Report. But yeah, man, if Alex broke his leg and came back for all them surgeries, you know damn well he's gonna go out and hobble out there if there's an opportunity to win.
My thing is, I would keep watching the scoreboard because if Pittsburgh's losing,
see with Pittsburgh,
I don't care. If Dwayne, they're gonna lose, then I don't care if we lose or not. That's where I would go by keeping our players in or not. And I would like to knock Miami out because they could be a dangerous team. They have a really good. Their running game's pretty damn good, and that tight end was it Gesicki or whatever his name is. I can't remember.
He's a beast.
He's a monster. He ate us up.
Gesicki or whatever. Yeah.
Even though our guys are healthy now, and it's different, but he's a beast. I wouldn't want to.
To be honest with you, I was a little more worried if Fitzpatrick would have been starting. I would have been a little bit more like, hey, this is not going to go well for the Bills. We're probably going to wind up in the third seed, rest the guys. But being that 2 is in, it's kind of a little bit of a high-pressure situation for him. He hasn't really impressed me that much. I mean, he hasn't lost any games. He hasn't won any games. It's their defense that's awesome. So that's why I have it as a close game. But I still got my Bills with Barkley under the helm. Fred said they'll play till the third quarter. I think by halftime and while them watching the scoreboard with Pitt, I think Matt Barkley come in and finish it off. But I think it'll be a close game, 24-21.
Yep, he said, right. If Cleveland's beating them, the Bills will pull their starters. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go out. We're going to play this one more time because I want to see this. But I'm going to say adios to everybody. Happy New Year's. Thanks for everybody who chimed in. Fred, German, Dave,
salute.
Everybody. Yeah, here, a little salute. Bobby who chimed in.
I'm empty already. I gotta go re-up.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on this note. We're going to play this because we want to listen to Godfather 1.
So we'll see you in Buffalo in January. Be ready.
Be ready.
That's right.
Might be chilly.
Might be chilly. You might see this. Bam, a whole cold front like that. And on that note,
yes, sir.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Until next week, go Bills. Viva los Bills.
Go Bills.
Adios. Nos vemos.